one, I wanted to leave you some feedback on your rough draft for SA2. As a whole, this is working really, really well. You have a clear thesis statement with a clear position. You are doing an excellent job of combining evidence, description, and analysis in all of your body paragraphs. I do not get lost in your paragraphs, and even between your paragraphs. So the logical order of the sentences in the paragraph, along with how your ideas transition between each paragraph, is working very, very well. And your appendix is already together and very professional looking. So this is good. There's one area that I do want you to focus on for revision, and that's your first paragraph. And I don't know, you might be like me. First paragraphs are hard. That's always the tricky part for me getting started. That's usually the place where I really struggle. So I think that you have some good description in here, and the thesis works, but there's just some things here and there that I want you to consider for revision. So you like really drop us in out of nowhere with starting it off by saying, in this image, you name the artist down here. I would recommend bringing his name in sooner. So it looks like it even says, I'm having a hard time reading this because my eyes are poor, but it looks like it even says where this was published. So if you could say something like, just introduce the author and the publication here, and maybe even if you wanted to, a tiny bit on the author's background to get you going, so there's more context instead of just saying in this image, right? It's a little too vague. But if you could indicate John Cole is a political cartoonist who works for the Times. In one specific image, he explores X, and then you could start off your description there. I I I like all of your description here. It feels really natural. It's these three sentences that individually they work really well, but they don't quite connect together the way sentences in a paragraph should. And I think it's because there's no transitions. So if you pay attention to what you are doing, like in this body paragraph, for example, you are really, you're doing an excellent job of using transitions to help the reader see how the ideas from one sentence connect to the next, and then also how the ideas all connect together to serve a larger point. I want you to think about how you can use transitions right here to help connect these three sentences together, right? So this is the area of the paper that really needs the most work. And I don't think it's going to take much. Really, with transitions, just like oh like a short phrase can usually get the job done. So this is the area that I'd like you to focus on for revision. And I think that if you can create clearer context and find a way to connect these ideas more clearly, I think it would work. And maybe, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, maybe it's the idea that this is the idea that you want to bring in sooner, right? That John Cole, as an artist, is relying on historical imagery, relying on patriotism, is relying on the reader's knowledge of monuments that inspire patriotism in order to make a point about how we could react to COVID, right? So maybe that's what the answer is. Maybe this sentence is just really in the wrong spot and it needs to come up sooner with your context, right? About the artist. So play around with this. Like I said before, this is the area that needs the most tweaking. But I think that if you were able to do some revision here, this is going to be a solid analysis. All right, let me know if you have any questions, Lauren. And I hope you're doing well. All right, thanks.